Good evening, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are live coming to you from New York City. It is the 137th live Monica Makes It Happen Facebook show, and we are celebrating Women's History Month. And I can't think of a better way to do this with my producers, Elle and Amanda, than to honor and to recognize some remarkable women who are just doing incredible things in communities like the Bronx and Brooklyn. And I can't tell you enough about these women. Now, if it could be on television every day, we would have them on TV and Facebook every day, but you're going to get them just for the next 10 to 15 minutes. So you want to keep watching. And I'm so excited to have Melissa back. Melissa, we had you, I think, on television a few weeks ago. Melissa is the founder of the American Dream Charter School in the Bronx. What is it, 98, 96% immigrant families. And she has a graduating class and has 263 college applications already in the bag. And we have Karina Popovich, who is probably one of the smartest women that I know. And she's so much younger than all of us, but she is in college and she is making a difference. And she's going to tell you all about that. And Cameron Jackson with Elite Learners, she's a regular here on Facebook for us and Pix11. And she is doing amazing things. The last time we saw her, she was helping NYCHA clean up. And we appreciate her so much. And she's creating jobs for our youth in New York City. Amazing women. First, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Melissa, you go first.
So thank you for having us, Monica. My name is Melissa Melkonian. I am the founder and head of school of the American Dream Charter School, a school that is grades 6 to 12 in the South Bronx.
We love you. And then Karina?
Yeah, thank you for having me here. My name is Karina Popovich, and I am a student at Cornell and also the founder of Makers for COVID-19, where we 3D printed and donated 82,000 units of PPE.
So important during the pandemic. And Camera?
Hi, Kamara Jackson, founder of Elite Learners, Inc., community-based organization serving communities such as Brownsville, East Flatbush, and Prospect Lefferts Gardens. Just a champion for young people and really providing wraparound services to communities.
I'm so glad you said a champion, because you are champions of change, really. And we want you to nominate, if you know a trailblazer, a female trailblazer, right now in the comments, tell us about her. And we'll do a story either on TV, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We'll get the story out there. And I think this is the best way to network. What a great idea, Elle and Amanda, my producers, came up with this idea, because we want to empower each other. And Melissa, first with you, the American Dream Charter School is empowering so many young people in the Bronx, and you decided to just make it happen.
I made it happen. So the American Dream School is a school that I founded with the idea of serving immigrants and children of immigrants and focusing in on a dual language education. For me, the idea of a language and speaking another language is an asset to our school. I wanted a school where we saw that as an asset, not a liability, but also broaden the culture of our students and ingrain that in the fabric of just who we are as a school. And so we take our students, we teach nearly every subject in 2 languages. And this year we have our first graduating class, which we call the Triple First. They are the first to graduate American Dream, the first generation Americans, and first in their families to go to college. And as you mentioned earlier, to date, we have 263 college acceptances, not that anyone's counting, but for a class of 64 seniors, it's a huge, huge accomplishment for us. And it all goes back to the partnerships that we have with our families. Our faculty is so invested in the mission and vision of the school that, everything we do is triangulated. There's the faculty, there are parents, and there are students. And all 3 of those are important for the success of our school. So without the teachers, we would not be as successful as we are today.
And it's amazing to think of your own story, because you have your own story, and that's what inspired you to help other families, right?
Yes. So I am the daughter of once undocumented Mexican immigrants who wanted, to go get this ideal of the American dream and have their children get a piece of this pie. And so as an English language learner myself, I wanted to make sure that what I experienced growing up, through my education, I was able to design a school that was going to be very intentional and not accidental like it was for me. I am very fortunate that I was able to leave my, home back in El Paso, Texas, to go to college in New England and experience college, again, accidentally and in a very lucky way. But I want to design a school where that's very intentional, where we look at what our families offer and build from that, right? Because they are awesome.
Melissa, I see that with a lot of women is that they don't see, they envision it in their minds, and because they don't see it, and then they create it and they change not only communities, but their families, their neighborhoods. It's so beautiful. And Karina, you're the same thing. You saw a need during the pandemic and you stepped right in.
Yeah, no, I first off want to congratulate Melissa on the amazing win. That's incredible. I'm also from a first gen background. My parents immigrated, so it's a beautiful thing to see. But yeah, I started an organization during the pandemic to produce PPE using 3D printers. I was sent back home from college, and I had a 3D printer. I was studying to be an engineer. And I figured, there's a huge shortage for face shields, for masks, and for things to protect our medical workers. And I had the perfect machinery to help out my neighbor. So why not give it a try? And I did, and realized that after, my first donation of 20 face shields to Mount Sinai, Brooklyn, that I could do so much more and I could empower others to do more. And that's exactly what I did. And we got a group of 350 3D printer owners from across the world, across the US as well, to get together and produce PPE. And we ended up making 82,000 units of face shields, ear savers, and masks that we donated across the US.
Did you just say 82,000?
Yeah, 82,000.
Wow. And did it just snowball? Like once you started, were you amazed by how?
Everything was so fast. We went from having a group of 5 people to 200 people overnight. We were all just making face shields because we were all passionate about helping our communities. And I was making donations every weekend, delivering these to medical centers everywhere, shipping them out. And before we knew it, we had donated 82,000.
Yeah, the word hero comes to mind. You're such a hero. And I have to say, Ms. Jackson, we've done many stories on you because you just continue to come up with ideas and programs for your community. Tell me a little bit about what inspired you to start your organization, Elite Learners, Inc.
Well, it was exactly what you just mentioned. I was taking my daughter to school, and at the time she was in kindergarten, and I was just so intrigued by what she was going to be able to be a part of joining the public school system. And I realized that there was a lack of programming. There was a lack of after school programs. I just, as a parent, I was so excited for her to be entering the public school system, but wanted to know where the support was, right? And when I didn't see that, I created Elite Learners, Inc. to do just that. I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn, and the location started in Brownsville. And we have now grown to multiple areas in Brooklyn, but we provide a variety of after-school programs, academic enrichment services, community cleanups, and also a big part of the work we do is our anti-violence work. We're denouncing gun violence in all of our communities and ensuring that if our youth are going to be a part of these programs, they got to be safe in their communities. So we do a lot of anti-violence work to support the work that we do inside of the New York City school system.
Ms. Jackson, what I was so impressed by was when every time I visit you and every time I come out there and see you, whether it's cleaning up NYCHA or these after school programs, or I think last time it was a pantry, a pop-up pantry feeding your community. There's such a sense of community, like the neighbors are part of the action. It's not just someone coming in, and it is the neighborhood is helping the neighborhood.
Yes. So our programs and Elite Learners is an organization. It's wraparound services, community advancement, parental support. It's all hands on deck in order to really just push the mission forward to make sure that our community members, our parents, our schools, they know that it takes a team in order to just live, right? And we do that. We do that. We engage everybody. Our youth are paid. So they get experience in the workforce. Our parents appreciate the fact that we're teaching kids and exposing them about community. We all have to play a part, and that's what we do here at Elite. So I'm excited. I'm excited to just have an organization that's pushing through the pandemic and really just pushing through with a force. Um,
Well,
you
you
know,
didn't
and
stop.
keeping our
You didn't
community.
stop. I think that was the key, is that when everyone else was kind of stopped, you were go, go, go. I mean, I couldn't keep up. I was trying to keep up and find you, but you were in different areas, so I kept running after you, but we tried. And what I love about you too is that you are devoted to the children, and focused on early learning, just like Melissa is focused on the key, getting into college, getting that education, getting, making sure that they get that into colleges that, their choice and their dream, and then lifting up their families. You're really into that early learning.
Mhm. Definitely. My daughter's 9 now, and she's been working, like I said, when she took those steps and she entered the school system, we were like, listen, we're gonna get this rolling, we're gonna get programs. Every Saturday, we have something happening in either one of our communities. We really focus on young people and keeping them busy, keeping them occupied, giving them new experiences. Our young people are the future,
And whether
right? And we have to
I
pour
forgot
into.
to mention, Miss Jackson, and whether it's coding or double Dutch, like you have from coding to double Dutch, like old school to new school. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wide variety of programming, right? And it's covering all of our subjects. It's introducing sports and really just giving youth the opportunity to find out what they want to do, what they enjoy. We even have entrepreneurship programs that teach barbering and business, and really just engaging for all walks of life, and just providing services. I mean, I get so overwhelmed when we talk about Elite because it's really an organization that provides an outlet for youth and young people.
The success of all three of you was the passion, right, Melissa? You can feel the passion, coming through.
Yeah, I think for me, it's going back to the name of the school and why my parents came to this country. It's to have access to the American dream, and it's there's a lot of controversy with that, and it's not that it's dead, but it is more difficult to attain. But it's through this pandemic, it's also kind of highlighted that it is through education that our students are going to have access to that American dream. So we keep
And
pushing.
programs. And then Karina, I mean, you are the American dream personified, and you're at Cornell. You're a sophomore, is that right? I mean, most sophomores, I think, are having a lot of fun, and you're working really, really hard.
Yeah, no, I'm a first gen student here at Cornell, and everything Melissa said is very core to me. Like my parents came here for a better life for them, for me, and I'm trying to make the most of all the hardships that they went through, and that has been fueling me every single day. And having realized my passions, which I'm thankful to you, Kamara, for helping other students find, it's something that I've been able to realize and just pursue, and it's made the biggest difference in my life.
And Kamara, I'm going to kind of wrap this up with the motivation. Where do you find the motivation? If someone's watching and they want to follow in your footsteps, where do you find the motivation, and what kind of inspiration can you give someone watching?
So I find the motivation from my young people, from my youth, from my junior staff. And Karina, I just want to tell you, I was at home in bed with COVID and I saw your story come on. We introduced 3D printing in our robotics program. So it's the young folks, right? It's the teenagers, it's the inventors that kind of give me the energy. I can remember that day I was in the bed like cheering. So that's where I get it from. And I'm constantly surrounded by young people in our community. So
Karina,
I'm just
what do you
elated
think
by
of
this.
that? She said she was inspired by you, and that she's
Yeah.
doing you now.
And I actually had COVID when I saw the story. So I'm excited,
That really just made my day right there. 3D printing is amazing, so I'm so happy you brought it to elite learners, and it's just music to my ears.
Yes.
That is the coolest thing that's happened on one of our Facebook shows. I did not know that. That's cool. Melissa, what motivates you?
Like Tamara, it's our children, our students. They are so energetic and passionate, and they are the future. It's cliche, but it's true. And their energy, their this desire, this hunger to want to do better is just, it pushes me. It pushes me each and every day. And they also understand that what they do and what they invest is investing in their community. And if I have the ability to make a change in just one person, that one person is going to multiply, and pretty soon their whole community is going to get better. So
Melissa, you're a mother of three, and I see how the students look at you, especially the young women, and they look at you as a role model. And you are such a role model. You are, I mean, you're inspiring to me. I mean, I have two kids, and I'm like, she founded a school, and she's doing all this. I go, I could do it too. I'm tired, but I can do it. Karina, what motivates you?
Yeah, I think for me, a lot of my motivation just comes from wanting to solve problems. You know, being Gen Z, I'm very much motivated by, not taking the world for what it is, but building it into what I want it to be and what I want to see. And that is something that I've noticed in a bunch of my friends and a bunch of other youth, as I'm sure you both have noticed too. And it's just this power of being able to change stuff and make a difference.
Can you say that
And
again? Say that one more. I want to tweet that. Say that again. One more time.
the ability to make a difference and change the world into what we want to see it as is just the most empowering thing ever. And it fuels me literally every day to keep going and keep persevering.
Wow. Well, I'm inspired by all of you. And I know that people, don't forget to nominate someone that you think we should know about. It's all girl power tonight. And of course, we're celebrating Women's History Month. We still have a few more days left, so let's get that in. Thank you so much, Melissa, Karina, and Camera, for being on our show tonight. And I'm sure you've inspired other women and men to make a difference in their communities like you are. But you guys are amazing. You're amazing. And you're definitely making it happen in your communities. Don't forget to watch us at Pix11 right here on Facebook, and Pix11 at 5:45. We're making it happen. And so are all of you.